Good morning on this beautiful Sunday morning in Svistov town, my wife's hometown. What an absolutely glorious Sunday morning for a walk. So today I'm going to go for a little walk around town and we'll see what's changed since the last time I've been here. I've had to use the mic today because it's a little bit windy out there, so try to eliminate that wind noise. But anyway, let's go for a wander, a bit of a talk around town and see what's new in that. Yeah, so I've been here for a couple of days now, just settling in. Went for a bit of a walk around town yesterday. Didn't do any videoing in that. Sorry there. Thought I'd just touch base with the town, see what's new in that, and I've allocated today to do our walk. So I'm going to do a bit of a loop. I'll show you on the map when we get down to the main part, the loop I'm doing. But yeah, let's continue on and see what we've got to show. Yes, nice blue sunny sky day today. A little bit windy, but other than that, nice and pleasant. Apparently it's going to get up to 24 degrees today. So that is definitely shorts weather. Okie doke. Some of the footpaths up this top part of the town haven't been repaired, but certainly down in the main part, there's been a lot of repairs done everywhere, which makes the place look absolutely beautiful. All right, we'll just mosey on a little bit. All right, so we are at the top part of the main drag and we will make our way down, all the way down to the market, the Sunday market, and we'll see what sort of activity there at the market is. Okay, so yeah, so a few topics to talk about today. I just want to pop over into the shade. I got a little bit sunburnt yesterday and I just want to pop over into the shade so I don't get any further sunburnt. I'll do that. So yeah, a few topics to talk about today. First of all, we've calculated out, this is my 10th time I've been to Bulgaria. We've calculated probably 10 times I've been to Bulgaria, which is fantastic. There'll be another 10 times I'll come here because sorry, because my wife still has her apartment here, which is good, so we can set up base here and use her apartment. Yeah, 10 times. And people have asked me, what are the people of Bulgaria like? Well, I can honestly say they are really, really nice. Absolutely wonderful people to talk to and mingle with. Their hospitality is second to none, and I've had nothing but absolute enjoyment here. Meeting and greeting Bulgarians and mingling with them. Absolutely wonderful people. It's an absolute pleasure to have married a Bulgarian. I'm really, really happy. What have we got over here? The flat systems. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so yeah, no problems whatsoever. The food, well, to be honest, I like about 75% of the food, Bulgarian food. Some of their traditional stuff, yeah, the offal and that, I'm not too keen on, but yeah, the likes of, you know, the barnitsa, which is fantastic. The kebabchias, I can't even pronounce it, kebabchias are really nice. The way they do their chicken is fantastic. Their drink, I've actually got a liking to Zagorka beer. So, what's that? EF Bet. That's something new. That used to be a restaurant over there, so it must be like a sports bar or something, but the door's open, so it's open early Sunday morning. Yeah, so I've taken a liking to Zagorka beer. I actually love it. It's beautiful beer. It's a world-class beer. It's a shame they don't sell it in Australia. Yeah, and they've got their traditional rikier, which is, I guess, a grappa, as we know, and that's very, very potent. Very, very potent. All right. Yeah, food of Bulgaria, absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, people are beautiful. All right, so next topic I want to talk about, whilst we're wandering down the main drag, as expected, you know, you wouldn't see too many people out early on a Sunday morning. You know, well, there's no one down there. I swing around, there's no one around there. It's like a ghost town, but yeah, that's Sunday morning for you, early Sunday morning. So the next thing I want to talk about is, people have asked me, has there ever been any issues in Bulgaria that I've come across? And I can honestly say there has never ever been an issue whatsoever. Yeah, if you're talking on the scale of being robbed, pickpocketed, bashed or anything like that, and I can honestly report zero, nothing whatsoever. In fact, I feel a lot safer here than I do back home in Australia. It is really nice here. There's a nice flower shop there. I really honestly feel safer here. But people say, well, there must be something that, you know, it's happened. Well, I wouldn't say something, but I was in Varna once and I just had an old guy come up to me and say, you know, would you like to exchange some money? And I said, no, I'm fine, thank you. And then he said, no worries, thank you, and walked off. That's probably the only non-issue that I've ever had. I guess he would have wanted to change some old money or whatever, but nah, everything's fine. Over there used to be Husqvarna, they've left. So that's a noticeable departure, Husqvarna. We come down here and we've got Billa. Billa's been here for probably about 10 years now. They've taken over. Great supermarket, I must say, very, very good. So fantastic supermarket. So they've taken over and a lot of the mums and pop stores have gone by the wayside as a result. Anyway, it's a bit of activity around the Billa supermarket downtown. Now I've got to go across here because I've got to tell you a story that happened once with my little girls when they were little girls and I was here. So I was over here in this playground. Where are we? In this playground, and kids were playing on this particular swing. I don't know whether it's the same swing or not, but I was standing this way with my back to that entrance to the apartment there, and I was swinging the kids. Now this is definitely not the one, but anyway, and I could hear a lot of commotion. So I actually turned around like that, and there were a lot of people coming out of that apartment complex, which is only natural, yeah. But people were coming out, you know, we're talking probably 10, 15 plus people. And I said, oh, hello, what's going on here? And blow and behold, next thing, there's 4 guys carrying a coffin out. And I said, what the hell? A coffin coming out of there? So I couldn't believe it. So they took the coffin out and they walked the coffin over there to a car. And I thought, what's going on here? Anyway, I went back to the wife and she said, well, that's tradition here. Hello there, pussycat. Another pussycat. That's tradition. The night before the funeral, you're allowed to take your loved one, in a coffin of course, and allow it to be in the room before the funeral the following day. I thought, oh, that doesn't happen back home. That's interesting. But yeah, that's a tradition that takes place. You can take your loved one and have up in the room the night before the funeral. Gee, that was a bit of a shock seeing a coffin come out of an apartment. Gee whiz. Yeah, anyway, that's a Bulgarian tradition. So be it. Let's cross over the road here and we're going to go walk through this little park. All right. Okay, now, Billa, there's Billa, the thriller from Billa. Now we go across to this park here. Lots of people in there, they're going to get a shock with me videoing. Now this park here, I've got no idea what the name is, and I did find out the name once and I couldn't even pronounce it. So I've gone ahead and labelled it, what did I label it? Gorky Park, that's it. So this is Gorky Park to me. And they've done it up absolutely nice. The paths have all been redone. The toilet block there has been redone. It used to be an underground one, so they've obviously blocked that all off and has now this level toilet block. Hello pigeons, good morning to you. Good morning. And taxi's just still over there. That's our little stand. There used to be like all stores along here once, selling products, fruit and veggies and this and that. Once again, Bill has basically killed off everything around here. So there's no more little mums and pops stores around. Yeah, hello pigeons, good morning to you too. All right, as we head down out of Gorky Park, once again I can't name this park, so I've labelled it Gorky Park. And we will head over. Now, we've got the main church on the right over there. The big main church, I won't go over there. But what I will do is I'll just pop across the road and show my favourite Barnitsa store. There's the church, beautiful inside, Bulgarian Orthodox Church. And here is the Barnitsa shop. This shop has been here for, well, I've been coming here for what, 25 years. And this shop has been here for 25 years plus. Now, yep, we can get across. Is it open? It's probably open. Oh yeah, I can smell the lovely Barnitsas. So this is the Barnitsa place. Oh, that absolutely smells beautiful. Oh my God, I could do with a Barnitsa now. But I've got breakfast up in the apartment waiting for me when I do get back, so no Barnitsas this morning. Yeah, yum, yum, yum. Oh, there they are in the background. Beautiful. All right, the lady in there didn't see me videoing. Yeah. And this is the only set of traffic lights in town, apparently. And they do need traffic lights at this intersection. It's pretty dangerous for pedestrians to cross. So they've had traffic lights here probably for about 10 to 15 years, which is good. All right, let's mosey on down. All right, as we continue down, there is the only change office that I know about in town, which give you good rates, and they do take Australian dollars, which is very, very good. So that's the change office in there. As we make our way down the main drag, I can see all the footpaths have all been redone, which is absolutely great. They've done a really good job, the council. And as long as they maintain them, they'll look absolutely pristine and in good working order. All right. Viacom, that's a mobile shop. Now, hopefully we've got a machine working here. No, it's not. We'll close it down. Now, I like around town, scattered around town, you have all these coffee machines. Oh, here we are. We've got an internal one. So around town, these coffee machines in here are scattered around town, and you can get yourself a coffee on the run, which is really good. Now, the only problem is, let's see, is there any English? I don't know. I like the hot chocolates. We'll wait till we come across, I think that's hot chocolate there. We'll wait till we come across a machine with English so I can be sure. But yeah, these machines are scattered throughout town, which is good. So you can get a coffee anywhere in town that you want on the run. All right, let's continue on. That shop over there, Antica is a, what is it, chemist. That's how they pronounce it. Antica, switched off. That's probably not how you pronounce it, Antica, but you know, if you do the English version, Antica, switched off, chemist. Oh yeah, that shop's still there. The toy shop. The kids absolutely loved that when they were kids. They used to run in there and get all their toys. That's still going. That's amazing. Still going. All right, let's continue on down the main drag. All right. So just before we hit the main park down here, I'll have a talk about something else, and we'll talk about travel disruptions of all the flights that I've ever taken in my life, which has been a couple of hundred. Travel disruptions. Have I experienced any travel disruptions, lost baggage, or incidents on a plane? Well, travel disruptions. We've only ever had one major travel disruption, and that was the time that the family went to Hawaii. We went on a Hawaiian trip for I think 2 weeks back in 2009, which was great. We went with Hawaiian Airlines, and the kids, being that young in those days, thought it was a pineapple plane. So we went on a pineapple plane to Hawaii and back. So what was our travel disruption? Okay, we had wrapped up our 2 weeks holiday in Hawaii, and we were on the plane ready to depart within, say, 5 minutes. We're all sitting there, all happy as be, and next thing there was a kaboom on the plane. It was like, what the hell was that? This big bloody bang on the plane. All the lights went out, this, that. The stewardess come along and said, everyone please stand up, we need to exit the plane. And it was just an ordinary, well, everyone just got off ordinarily, no panic, nothing like that, just grabbed our onboard gear and left the plane. And later on, we learnt that the auxiliary power unit at the rear of the plane, which provides power whilst the main engines are not running, had pooped itself, so it had shit itself basically. And that plane wasn't going anywhere fast or anywhere soon. So what was the end result? So we had about a 4 to 5 hour delay in waiting to get another plane, alternative plane. So we're stuck at the airport for about 4 to 5 hours. What that meant is it was flying to Sydney, and what that meant was our connecting flight from Sydney to Melbourne on the day was not going to happen, because they got a curfew at Sydney. If your flight is in before 11, it can land. If it's after 11, it can't land. It has to be diverted to another airport, say Melbourne, which would have been good for us. But anyway, it landed about 5 minutes to 11, so that meant we couldn't catch a connecting flight to Melbourne that night. So what took place was the airline, in conjunction with Qantas, rebooked us for the following morning, like a 6 a.m. flight out of Sydney, and which was good. That was very good of Qantas. So they put us up in a hotel in Sydney somewhere. I can't remember where the hotel was. It wasn't too far from the airport itself, and we arrived at the hotel, say probably about midnight by the time we got through customs and all that. And they had a meal all prepared for us, which was absolutely fantastic. The only issue was we had to get up at 4:30 in the morning and be out the front of the hotel at about 5:30 a.m. so the bus could take us to Sydney Airport domestic and take us back to Melbourne. So that meant like about a 3 to 4 hours sleep that night or that morning, and you reckon the kids were happy about that? They didn't understand what was taking place, so they were really grumpy, they were. They thought Dad was the worst dad in the world for waking them up. It was rough, but we eventually got back to Melbourne. But yeah, that was our major travel disruption, and I must thank Hawaiian Airlines and Qantas for that. They looked after us absolutely perfect. It was really good. It was a pleasure. That was our travel disruption. I just want to point out this park. There's another park, I can't pronounce the name. So what I've done, I have named it Central Park. Central Park of Svistov. And it's looking really, really nice. Look at those trees, the greenery in the trees. Absolutely great. yeah, so that's our one and only major travel disruption. It was. But yeah, everything worked out. It was really good, thanks to Qantas. Really, really happy. Lost luggage. So I've only had two incidents of lost luggage, which turned out good in the end. So the first one, I was in the United States of America in 1996, and we were catching a flight. My uncle and I were catching a flight from New York to Dallas, then Dallas to, I think it was Memphis. That long ago, I can't remember. Anyway, so got to Memphis, and our bags weren't there. Like, hello, what's going on? Where are our bags? So the carousel stopped and no bags. Uh-oh, I said to the uncle, we ain't got our bags. We ain't got no fresh clothing. We're in trouble. Anyway, so we went over to the lost baggage department at Memphis Airport, and the young lady there said, all right then, we will try and track your bags down and we'll get them to your hotel as soon as possible. So, went to the hotel. Ali had our hand luggage with us, and about 1:30 in the morning, I hear this knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. I said, oh, who's this? I opened up the door and there was a young man there and said, are you Mr. Young and Mr. McCann? I said, yes, we are. Here is your bags. I said, thank you very, very much. I said, by the way, where did they end up? And apparently they went from Dallas to New Orleans. So yeah, they went from New York to Dallas to New Orleans instead of New York, Dallas, and Memphis. But anyway, it was 1:30 in the morning. We got our bags and we were all happy, very happy that we got our bags. So that was one instance of lost luggage. And the next one was just recently, more recently, 2023, when the family went over to Europe. Before I do about the lost luggage, is that map still here? I wanted to show you the map. Don't tell me they've taken away the map. Oh, they've taken away the map. Oh, Lordy. Oh, what a shame. Because there used to be a map here, down here, of Svistov town. I could show you where I am and where I'm going in that. Oh, what a shame it's gone. Oh, unless they've relocated it. Oh, what a shame. Oh, it used to be just over here. Oh, that's sad. I could have shown you where I am and where I'm walking in that. Oh, what a shame. Anyway, just quickly before I get on to the next episode of Lost Luggage, that place there is the Bulgarian State Office. That's what I think it is, the Council Office, and that was where I was married on the 6th of April 2002. I married my lovely wife right there. So they do it a little bit different over here in Bulgaria. Well, at the time they did. So what you've got to do is you've got to get married in a state office, the council office, and once you've done that, the whole proceeding takes about 30 minutes. It's no big drama. You just go in one of the rooms there, it's set up. All your friends and relatives are in the rear, like, as it is, and you get married. And we got a few pictures on the steps there. I might post a picture on the steps there. Once you've been married, then you can go off to a church and do the traditional religious way of doing things. Both my wife and I are not religious, so we bypassed that. We just went straight to the reception area, which I'll show you. It's a bit further around town. So yeah, and the thing was, it was actually a lunchtime wedding and a lunchtime reception, which is unusual because you usually have sort of mid-afternoon marriage and then have a nighttime reception. Well, they do it a little bit different here. You have a lunchtime, lunchtime marriage and a lunchtime reception, because a lot of people here don't have cars and they need to get back to their local villages, and the buses shut down by about 5 or 6 p.m. So everyone, we finish up at the reception, having the reception, and then people would then head off to their buses and head off to their local towns. But that was good, it gave us time in the evening to go out and have a few drinks and that, and continue on locally in town. But no, I'm sad that the map is gone. Oh, what a shame. Anyway, all right, so we'll continue on with our lost luggage. 2023 was the next time I lost my luggage. There's the Bulgarian flag, the European flag, and that must be the state of Switched-off. I can't remember what state it is here. The blue one. I don't know what state it is. Okay. So the next episode of Lost Luggage. 2023, the family packed up to go on a European holiday. Young Belinda took her partner, Aiden, and we went via, what was it? Via Kuala Lumpur, Thailand or something. Jeez, I can't remember. And then from there, straight to Vienna. Yesterday I had a meal here, a lunchtime meal, absolutely brilliant. I had a nice chicken burger, really, really nice. Everyone out there's having coffee in that. They'll be all gooking at me with a camera. So we went via Bangkok, I think it was, Bangkok. I just want to get in front of these people. Although here comes some guys, I'll just sort of whiz around a bit. So what happened was that we got on the plane, went to, I think it was Bangkok we went to, somewhere, I don't know, I can't remember. Got over to Vienna and went to pick up our bags. The carousel was spinning around. They all got their luggage and all of a sudden the carousel stopped. It's like, uh-oh, here we go. I gave the carousel a bit of a kick, but no, nothing happened. Good morning. No good morning from them. Yeah, so I gave the carousel a bit of a kick. No, nothing happened. Went over to the lost luggage department and the lady got onto the machine and told me that my bags didn't make it. Oh, I know that, it didn't make it. Where are they? So then she said, your bags are still back at the airport that you departed from, Bangkok or whatever airport we were at. Well, thank you very much. So once again, I had to give her the hotel address and hopefully the bags will come in the next flight. She said the flights are only every 2 days. So that was when was that? That was a Wednesday, I think it was. We arrived in Vienna. So Friday was the go, apparently. But I said to her, look, Friday, I'm not going to be in Vienna. We've got a day trip booked for Salzburg. So can the delivery guy, good morning. That was a policeman, by the way. Very friendly. He said, good morning. So I said, can you hold on to the bags and deliver them on a Saturday morning? He said, no problem. So I went to Salzburg. Oh, by the way, I had to buy some clothes, by the way, because it was winter at the time. I had to buy a jacket, this and that. Went to Salzburg, come back Saturday morning. We had an air tag in the bag and we're following it, zigzagging through Vienna. Obviously other people had lost their bags as well. And got the bag on Saturday morning, which was really good. So yeah, that's my 2 episodes of Lost Bags. Oh, that was the police station, by the way, over there. The local police station. And there's another church over there. I did try to go in that church last time I'd done some videoing, and they wanted to charge me like $5 or $6 Australian equivalent just a video inside a church. I said, thank you, no thank you, I'm not paying $5 or $6 just a video in a church. Maybe $1 or $2 I'll spend, but not 5 or 6. I'll just quickly go around the corner here. Yeah, so that was our 2 episodes of Lost Baggage, which turned out good in the end. We got our bags, no problem. Or my bags anyway. So, just over here, opposite the church, is where baby Melina's kinder is. My wife's kinder. So she used to run around here as a little girl. That's her kinder. Just there. She told me she used to run around here as a little girl. How exciting, eh? Her kinder area. So that would have been, she was born in '69, so that would have been the early 70s that she used to run around here as a little girl. A cheeky little girl. Yeah, oh, it's nice. All right, let's mosey on. So what was the other topic? Travel incidents. I've only ever had one travel incident on a plane, although it didn't affect me, it had nothing to do with me. But when was it? I think it was in '96. It was the time I went over to the USA with my uncle. And what happened was, like I said, it didn't involve me, it was etc. Was that the flight from Hawaii to Sydney, it took off, and about an hour or two into the flight, a lady freaked out and was having a panic attack. I'm not quite sure exactly why she was having a panic attack. I guess the fear of flying. And she was really in trouble. Really in trouble. So what they did to calm her down was, they had a doctor on board, just a doctor travelling from business class. She came down into economy class, and she cared for the lady all the way through to Sydney. About 8 hours she spent sitting next to the lady and calming her down and talking and that. They vacated the area, just the surrounding area of her seats and that, so they could keep her calm. And I hope at the end, I'm just going down here, and I hope at the end that they refunded that doctor's money or gave her another flight first class somewhere, because she was really good. But this woman was in panic mode.